Everyone. This is Gail Dudley, and it is time for News in Motion. Today is Monday, people. It is Monday. We are rounding out the end of the month of March. It is Monday, March the 28th. Y'all, just a few more days, and we will enter into April. But y'all, right now, it's Monday. It's Monday, March the 28th, 2022, and it is time for the weekend recap. Let me know that you're in here. I see you, Ron Robinson. Ron Robinson, I think we missed a good one. We should have flown on into LA, bro. Good morning, Tracy Newmy. Good morning, Deborah Johnson and Jeffrey Allen James and Dana Mosley and Marion Jackson. Good morning to all of you. Deborah Johnson, I want to publicly thank you. That postcard I received on Saturday just spoke to my life. You will never truly understand how much I needed to read those words on Saturday morning. Yes, good morning. Good morning, Pastor Alex. I see you, Lori Wallace and Kim Edmondson. Yes, Ron Robinson. Next time. Maybe we did not want to be in the house this year at all. I see you, Camille Hopkins. I see you, Latrice Jones. What's up, girlfriend? Camille's coming in from YouTube, y'all. What's up, Diane Ladybug? Yes, great weekend. It was cold. It was cold and snowy in Columbus, Ohio, but it was nevertheless a great weekend. I see you, Hester Jackson. I see you, Katrina Blackwell. I see all of you. I see you. Y'all, we have a lot before us today. So I'm going to see who else is in here. Karen, good morning to you. Good morning, Jacqueline. Good morning, Cherie. Good morning to all of you. Hey, do me a favor. I see you, Davia Williams Stevenson. I see you, to my brother, Louis Pryor. I see you. I see you. Hey, y'all. Y'all, let's be praying for Davia as she's rolling into her April 1st reveal. She's not telling anybody what she's revealing. I've been wanting to ask. I'm like, nah, ain't none of my business. I got to sit straight like everybody else and wait until April the 1st. But y'all, if you have not already subscribed to her YouTube, please do so. Davia, please put your YouTube in the thread. All women. Y'all, we might as well capitalize on these next few days. Any product, any service, any brand that you want to post this Women's History Month, go ahead and post that. I also want to talk about Elizabeth Towns. I left the book downstairs, so I won't be able to show you today. I'll bring it up tomorrow. But listen, what's up, Kenya? Kenya, our scientist, is back in the house. Y'all, listen, real quick. Let me get to Elizabeth Towns. I'm coming to Kenya, so leave that up there, Isaiah, so it will remind me. So listen, y'all. Elizabeth Towns sent me this prayer journal that she designed and launched on, published on Amazon. I want y'all all to check it out. Elizabeth, if you're on here, put the link in the thread. It's so important. Y'all, I went through and I said, wow. So every day I'm going to be posting my prayer requests and then praise reports. But y'all, I want y'all to help this woman and get her book on the top. It's a prayer journal and you want to get a copy. Tomorrow, I promise you, I'll show you on the screen on live, but you want to check out Elizabeth Towns and get a copy of her prayer journal. Kenya, y'all, here's Miss Scientist is back. Y'all, listen, I there's been times I want to go, hey, Scientist, but no, she's not. She hasn't been in here in a while. But listen, speaking of that, I want everyone to understand, because y'all be cracking me up. I know we have built this family atmosphere, and I think it's so, so beautiful. But listen, y'all, people can take a break. They ain't mad at nobody. Y'all, it's amazing. I'm like, where's so-and-so? I don't see them. Where are they? Y'all okay, aren't y'all? Listen, y'all, I love me some Rachel Maddow. There's times I watch her every day for like 3, 4, 5 months or longer. Then there's times it's like, okay, I just need a break. I need a break from all the news. And I know I bring the news and I take a break. I ain't mad at Rachel. I just like, I'm doing something else for this season, y'all. So y'all stop tripping. That's one thing about our community, our family, that we have to stop tripping. Dr. Antoinette says sharing is caring. So please care enough to share News in Motion videos. Thank you so, so much. One more thing before I jump over to our intro, and that is this. Remember, y'all, if you are a Patreon member, the membership is going to change. Now, if you don't think you want to join, if you're wondering, well, what are the new tiers? We cannot put up the new tiers, and that's not from us. That's from Patreon. They have policies and procedures. We're going to change the URL and everything, but we had to have a date, and they do it on the 30th or the 31st of each month. So we can't even post up the new information. So here's the thing you may want to do. You may want to say, let me just delete my account, and feel free to delete your account. And then you come in and check out what the tiers are on April the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, or whatever, and determine if you want to come back. So that's what we've been trying to tell you all. We are not intentionally making it a tight transition for you. We're following somebody else's policies and procedures. So thank you for asking, but we really don't have any information we can post on there until the others come up. We can't even do an email through Patreon to tell you what we're doing, because they will then delete it and possibly suspend our account because we're not following the rules. So if here's the best thing you should do, go ahead and delete your Patreon. I ain't mad because you're going to automatically be charged for the upcoming month. Now, if you just want to be on there and automatically be charged to say, hey, we just love you that much, then you can do that. But the best thing to do is to delete your Patreon account and then come back later, or just stay. You have a choice. We've been communicating with you in Patreon. All the information is in there of what it is that we're doing. All right. Kenya says, my day starts at 5:45 a.m. A sister is working. Tell them, Kenya, tell them. Y'all, Davia posted her YouTube in there. Please subscribe. Y'all, it is free to subscribe. I want everybody who's watching this and all of our reach. Y'all, there's 226 million to 246 million reach, not followers, but reach on News in Motion. Just imagine if all of y'all just went ahead and clicked and subscribed her YouTube. Please do that. Deborah, Coaching the Dream book on Amazon. DJ the Dream Coach at gmail.com. Good morning, Patricia Laus. Elizabeth Towns, I just talked about you. Please put your link on how people can order your prayer journal. I see you, Karen. I see you, Judy. Lori Williams Wallace, excuse me. Set the Atmosphere Interiors Evolve Production, Inc. All the other ones have already advanced, so I can't see them, but keep putting them in there. And also keep coming back to visit, and to link. Here's my call to action to everyone today. The call to action is this. Between now and March 31st, do something. Bless a woman, her business. Send her a Cash App. Send her a Zelle. Buy some products. Do something without any strings attached. Even if they don't return the favor, you make sure you're doing your part and sow into the life of someone else, a woman, and build her up. All right, y'all, let's get this news in motion. Let's go. One day I'm going to find a way to be recording Isaiah while the other video, the intro is going, y'all, because that dude be jamming in there. All right, Latrice Jones talked about look at luxurious life jewelry. Also, Cherie Brooks said make a donation. Y'all can go to Power 52 Foundation to do that. That is her foundation. And then also Adrian has on here her Adrian Shimmer and Shine. I had to look and see what it says there. So make sure you are supporting her as well. All right, y'all. Oscars, I know y'all ready for it. And this is my direction that I will be sharing today. Remember, I had a live pass I could have attended in backstage, not in the audience. I could have attended, but I didn't. Ron Robinson was going to be my security, but we didn't do that this year. We just didn't have enough time transition to make that happen because you got to get there, you got to stay there, you got to eat there, you got to do all that stuff, and all the prices are up. So you have to really watch how you're doing things like that. And that's not how I want to spend my money. I would rather bless somebody who needs some food. Y'all know that by now. That's who I am. So I was able to watch live. I know on the live stream, just like you all are getting this information later than I've said it, that's the same thing that happens when you're watching a live. But I was actually in the room through virtual. So you can see everything that's going on. You can see and hear the jokes, you can hear the laughter, you can see everything that's happening. You can see all the real time of all the videos, everything that's going on. So I want to start by saying Coda was the big winner at the 2022 Oscars last night. Here's something interesting I wanted to say about that. Everyone thought it was going to be The Power of the Dog. If y'all notice, The Power of the Dog didn't get that many awards last night at all. So they took home the top award as Best Picture. Now, the film distributed by Apple TV Plus became the first from a streaming service to win the award. Now, unfortunately, the most talked about moment of the night occurred when Will Smith walked up to Chris Rock on the stage. That's what happened. Now, a lot I can say there, but this is how I'm going to direct my commentary this morning. Remember, Hollywood is Hollywood. Remember that everybody in that room, they're human people. It's those of us who see them and see their work, and we want to place them on a pedestal. I don't know the dynamics that cause any of that. I don't know that. But y'all, Hollywood is Hollywood. Hollywood wants to continuously be talked about, and we are helping them by talking about it and by highlighting so much that's there. Again, I saw something completely, well, I saw the same thing you saw, but I also saw other angles and other things that were happening, which I won't report. The one thing that I have a problem with, however, is that when the Academy and the press and their managers were sending out images for us to use, there were a gazillion images of the slap. And I refuse to put that on the air here at News in Motion. I would love to know your thoughts of last night and your thoughts of what happened between Will Smith and Chris Rock. There were some apologies, but not directly from Will Smith to Chris Rock, nor was there an apology from Chris Rock to Jada. Now, what I want to talk about and what I want to highlight here for a moment, because I'm experiencing it as well, is that the real issue here, and this is here's an opportunity to put this on the forefront, is alopecia. Alopecia is happening to so many Black women. For me, I've been very transparent here talking about the thinning of my hair, and it's from the medication that I have to take. But now I will tell you, it becomes very uncomfortable at times. I can't tell you how many times I'm always asking my husband, or when I was in Atlanta, asking my daughter or my son or my family, my sister, but Pat, who's on here, hey, is my hair okay in the back? Did I cover up that spot? Do you see any spots back there? Because it's a real issue. It hits differently with all of us. So what I would love to do is have a conversation about alopecia, a conversation about our hair and thinning of our hair. Because I go to the Bible, and the Bible says that our hair is our crown and glory. So God, if this is my crown and glory, and this is how I have conversations with Jesus, why is my hair thinning? I asked those questions. I tossed around. Do I get a wig? I looked at, do I get extensions? Well, my hair, because it so easily can pull out, I really cannot get extensions. So do I just go bald? What do I do? But I do want to say this. And another thing that we're not talking about, Jada looked absolutely stunning. She looked absolutely beautiful. She was wearing her hair and wearing that dress. I understand the sensitivity when it comes with her condition. I understand it because I've been there. I know. I hate when people say, oh, you got a spot in the back of your hair, and they try to touch my hair. It drives me crazy. So let alone to have a joke, probably would have taken me under the table in embarrassment. I get all of that. But let's talk about the root issue and how we can lift up our sisters, our Black sisters, even men. Even men have that issue with alopecia. How do we uplift? How do we talk about the beauty and the brilliance of a person, regardless of what else is going on, regardless of that? I could really throw in a joke here, but I won't. John Gore says Jada looked beautiful with the shade. She did. She looked absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. Kim Edmondson said her son has alopecia. Yes. So much. Ron Robinson says, I stand with Will. You don't know what Jada had to go through in order to cut her hair off. We did not see the pain and tears that she may have went through. Keep my wife's name out of your mouth. And this was not the first time Chris Rock has said something about Jada. That is true. And there's a lot of commentary back there about that. Now, the other thing I will touch on just momentarily, the other thing is, y'all, we got to also be careful that we are not driving the conversation the way some people will want us to drive the conversation. And all I will say behind that, there are a lot of memes, there are a lot of conversations out there about August. Yeah, we cannot put those two together. And I would be glad when we as a community will learn how to separate things and learn how to talk about the pain, the mental anguish, the emotions, the wounds, the rejections that come with all of it. Y'all, I can say this. We have survived, those of us who are still living, we have survived two of the most difficult years on top of whatever else is going on in our lives. Now, I'm not a mental health expert, I'm not a therapist, but I do want to say this from a pastor position, because I am an ordained pastor. From a pastor's position, the things I hear from people and the pain, listen, do not go through this alone. Get with a therapist, get with a counselor, get with a psychologist, a psychiatrist, speak with somebody. Don't go through this pain alone. And again, I will say, as I have said many times here on News in Motion, be careful of the conversations you are having at the table. The person who may really have the need to speak with you cannot share their pain because they've heard you talk about it negatively about somebody else. All right, that's all I'm going to say about that. I do want to talk about the best picture again is Coda. Best actor is Will Smith. He did that thing in King Richard. Best director, The Power of the Dog. Best actress, Jessica Chastain, The Eyes of Tammy Faye. Best supporting actor, Troy Kotsur. Y'all, he did an amazing job in that movie, Coda. And then best supporting actress, and I love when she received her award last night, was Ariana DeBose, West Side Story. So congratulations. I can't go through all the list, but congratulations to those of you who did win. And y'all, let's do our best to focus on the highlights, not the slap, but the highlights of the Academy. All right, y'all, Bloomberg is reporting that global supply chains upended the coronavirus are now facing another round of complications. The container ship backlog at the U.S. West Coast port has started clearing, so we can get excited about that. But log jams triggered by lockdown in China now will delay goods heading to the U.S. Now add to it the Russia war on Ukraine. More than 1 million containers set to make 6,000-mile journey on a railway linking Western Europe to Eastern China via Russia must now find new routes by sea or air, which is going to take longer. That is happening. Also, Bloomberg is reporting that China's stringent efforts to squash every outbreak of COVID-19 has threatened to once again derail its ambiguous growth target of 5.5%. Y'all, Hong Kong is being hit hard by the deadliest outbreak of the pandemic. They're wanting everyone to know, to stay on alert, not high alert, but to be alert, because the borders are open and people are traveling back and forth. And we don't know if BA.2 will find itself here or if it's already here. The scientist is on the line. Maybe Kenya can let us know in the chat if we have something to be concerned about. Now, y'all, the U.S., though, continues to roll back its restrictions as the risk of the new infection grows. They're saying the wave is coming and it's growing. However, here comes the airlines again. The airline executives, Delta's presidents leading the way, have called on President Joe Biden to end the pandemic travel precautions, including the federal mask mandates. They want you not to wear them, not to wear them. Who does that? I'm going to keep wearing my mask. Y'all, here's a side note. Yesterday, and I'm going to bring in Kenny. yesterday, my husband and I, he preached yesterday at Liberty Hill Baptist Church. That man can preach. I'm sorry, y'all. He's a preacher. That man can preach. And yes, I said it. And afterwards, we went to go do something. And I still have my mask. Now he's a little bit relaxed. I'm not. And he said, "What are you doing?" Because I was like, "Oh, I gotta go back to the car." He said, "Well," I said, "No, my mask is in the car." He said, "Oh, girl, come on. Y'all should have seen me. I was in the middle of the parking lot digging through my purse and I had a mask." He said, "How many of those things do you have in there?" I said, "Trust me, if I need a mask, I'm going to have a mask. I still wear my mask." All right, y'all. So much was happening. So much was happening this weekend. Many people are saying that their brackets are busted, whatever that means. I don't know. But y'all, we're going to go into this intro with Game Over. And then next up will be Kenny Stanley. Game over. What's up?
What's happening?
I love it. I love it. Hey, real quick before I get to you, Elizabeth, Kenya says yes. Y'all, the scientists have said yes. The BA.2 strain is in the U.S. and she would know. All right, Kenny, come on in here. Tell us what you're going to tell us. I'm going to leave the whole screen to you.
All right. Good morning, News and Motion family. Welcome to the Game Over with me, Kenny Stanley. Let's talk some sports. The Final Four is set, everybody. How's y'all's bracket looking? That's a joke. I know everybody's bracket is all messed up. On Saturday, Villanova punched their ticket by beating the Houston Cougars 50-44 to become the South Region champs. Duke kept Coach Mike Krzyzewski's farewell tour alive by beating Arkansas 78-69, making them the West Region champs. But not like Saturday. On Sunday, it was a day of blowouts. The only number one seed left in the tournament, Kansas, became the Midwest Region champs by blowing the Miami Hurricanes back to Florida 76-50. Cinderella's glass slipper fell off on the steps as the North Carolina Tar Heels tarred and feathered the St. Peter's Peacocks 69-49, making North Carolina the East Region champs. All jokes aside, though, St. Peter's became the first 15 seed to make the Elite Eight. It should be a lesson for everybody. Always do your best, and your best will take you far. This Final Four is set up with Duke winning and North Carolina winning. It sets up a backyard brawl, everybody. The schools are 12 miles apart. They shop in the same city. They go to the same barbershop, so they see each other all year. This is going to be a wild one. Duke and North Carolina kicks off the Final Four on Saturday. And we're going to see what's going to happen to see who's going to make it to the championship. Who's going to get bragging rights in North Carolina? Is it going to be Duke? Is it going to be North Carolina? Me, myself, I'm not really a Duke fan, but I'm kind of pulling from Coach Mike. I want him to go ahead and win one, but I'm not a Duke fan. I'm just going to put it like that. But I want to see him go out on top. So come on, Duke, let's win this one. On the women's side, South Carolina and Stanford are waiting to see who's going to join them in the Final Four. South Carolina won their game against Texas 59-50. And then Stanford, they punched their ticket, and they're waiting on whoever, and they won their game. South Carolina beat Creighton 80-50, and Stanford beat Texas 59-50. I got it mixed up, my fault. But I'm just waiting to see. Now in the NBA, okay, now this is no longer funny. The Lakers front office need to get rid of the whole team. The Lakers had a 23-point lead and blew the lead and lost to North Carolina yesterday, 116 to 108. I'm not getting it. This is no longer funny. It's no longer funny. The Lakers are horrible. They're horrible. Get rid of the whole team. Yes, including LeBron. Get rid of the whole team. Start all over again. Uh, Boston beat Minnesota 134 to 112. Washington beat Golden State 123 to 115. And the Phoenix Suns beat my 76ers 114 to 104. In the NFL, could we be seeing the end of Kansas City? They traded Tyreek Hill to the Miami Dolphins. That was crazy to me. Or are they rebuilding? Miami gave up everything just to get Tyreek Hill. As a matter of fact, Kansas City got 3 of Miami's picks this year. They got a number 1 pick, a number 2 pick, and a second round pick and a 4th round pick from Miami. Not counting next year because they got 2 picks from them next year. Miami gave up the whole bag just to get Tyreek Hill. I don't know why teams do that. I mean, wow. Wow, it don't make no sense to me. Continue to keep Brittany Griner in prayer. She's been off the radar. Just keep her in prayer. We got to get her back. I mean, she's an American basketball star. We got to get her back. That's it with sports. Game over. Back to Gail for more news.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yay! I'm going to put Kenny on Front Street here just momentarily. He'll be mad at me, but it's okay. And that is this. Y'all see when he leaves that paper alone, that confidence comes out. So I'm saying that publicly. Boyfriend, you got this. Tell your wife that I said you got this.
I will.
This. I love your growth. I see it. Yep. Let them notes go. You have them as bullet points. This is for everybody. Have them as bullet points. But then know the content. And Kenny, you know this content.
Yeah.
You know it.
That's why I had to go back real quick. I was like, I said that score wrong. That's wrong. That ain't right. What is it? Okay, there it is.
And that's good. But you know this. Yeah. But I love the growth. I love your excitement. I love what I see here. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm ready to see you on TV, on real TV. Well, this is real too, but on national.
This is real. TV. All right.
All right.
See y'all. Have a good one.
You too. All right, y'all. CNBC is reporting that mortgage rates are spiking. The 30-year fixed mortgage jumped to 4.95% over the weekend, putting another squeeze on potential home buyers already contending with surging home prices and limited inventory. Now, the median mortgage payment is currently more than 20% higher than a year ago due to the expectation of higher interest rates. If you're wondering who's buying all of these homes, well, as you heard last week, and I think it was Pastor Alex and Dr. Antoinette and others were posting in here, a lot of investors are buying them from out of the country. But the other number one group of individuals who are buying these homes are millennials. Millennials are buying these homes up. They are getting into investment. They're doing some things. John, talking about investment, we need to continue we got a few more days, a few more weeks before we get to Easter. We still want to focus on becoming debt free. And even if you do not see a zero balance on everything, continue to pay down, because next up, we're going to be talking about wealth building. Again, I just want to momentarily say Patreon is going to be changing. If you are currently a Patreon member, understand that you have a choice. You can choose to keep going, but know that it's going to change to the Gail Dudley brand. We were not successful when it came to the News in Motion and getting members for that. Although we were giving so much content over there, we were not seeing an impact the way we wanted to see this impact. So we've made some changes. So as of the 31st, at midnight, going into April the 1st, it will be changing over to the Gail Dudley brand. We do not have the tiers to share with you yet because we're following the policies and the procedures of Patreon. Those will not be revealed until it changes on April the 1st. So, what we suggest to do, because you don't know what's coming up in April the 1st, of course, I'm not going to do anything crazy, but what's coming up on April the 1st, the best thing to do is go ahead, go in there today and delete your account. Come back and visit April 1st and 2nd if you decide you want to stay in there, or come back, just restart it again. That's all you have to do. But just go in there and delete your account, and then you can join back. Now, if you like, hey, I just want to see what's happening and keep on going, then leave it as is. Now, the tiers will change. I will tell you that the tiers will change. So, the best thing is to delete your account and come back in after the new information is posted. Now, hear me. Today is March the 28th. We've been talking about this now for almost an entire month, if not a little bit longer. Today is March the 28th. Your automatic payment is getting ready to set up. So you want to delete your account today. Make sure you do that today. John Gore said, good for them purchasing versus renting. I agree with that as well. All right, y'all. Clarence Thomas came out of the hospital. He had an infection. Now his wife, Jenny, we don't know what's happening. There's a lot that's going on. People are asking, not only should Clarence Thomas recuse himself about the January 6th insurrection, but that he also resigns, and the people are calling for him to be the second justice to be impeached. So we're going to continue to watch that roll out. Y'all, is CNN Politics reporting Democratic Senator Joe Manchin, hello somebody, has signaled that he would support the nomination of Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson to the Supreme Court. So it's really guaranteeing her confirmation as long as no one else on the Democratic side fall off. And they do believe they're going to have a few Republicans to help as well. If anyone's following what's happening with Senator Ted Cruz, people, of course, so you got to be careful what you do. People, of course, have gone to see what's in the library of his children's school. And they come to find out there's an anti-racist statement from the superintendent of the school that sort of signals they're in support of CRT. So it's interesting to see things roll out. It's very interesting. So we're going to keep an eye on that as well. Y'all, the Washington Post is reporting that Representative Jeff Fortenberry, a Republican from Nebraska, was found guilty of lying about receiving campaign funding from a Nigerian billionaire. He could face expulsion from Congress. The other thing that's being signaled is that they are going into, see, when you put something out there, make sure everybody has your back, because now they're starting to expose. They're starting to get information on other people. Some hacking is taking place. There's all kinds of stuff that's happening. Real quick, y'all, before I go to the inspirational message, CNN Business is reporting that grocery delivery service Instacart said this past Thursday it was dropping its valuation to $24 billion. That's down 38% from its pandemic era high. See, when we were at home, we were all checking out Instacart. Now the stores are packed. People are walking. They're trying to get their exercise back in. All of that's happening. So y'all, that, but still to have 24 billion sounds good to me. All right, y'all. Now, before I go to the inspirational message, this is just something I'm just throwing in here because I would love for us to talk about it one day. The Hill reports that there's a new male birth control pill. Kenya, you still on here? And it's found to be 99% effective in mice. University of Minnesota researchers conclude the findings after administering the contraceptive pill orally to mice for 4 weeks. The male mice were able to produce after 4 to 6 weeks off the pill. Yeah, listen, it is what it is. I just thought I would let you know. Yeah, that's what's happening. So I just wanted to put that out there. All right, y'all, the inspirational message. New season, new level. And yeah, Latrice, yeah, that's what I said. New male birth control pill. Yeah, whatever that is. New season, new level. Yeah. You have to give it to Denzel Washington, who came in and made peace and did some mediation along with Tyler Perry and Bradley. I can't think of his last name. But Denzel Washington says, at your highest moment, be careful. That's when the devil comes for you. And I think as many of us, we've been on this Lenten journey for now, I think we're at to 27 days as of today. And with the 27 days, many of us who have been sticking with it, we're seeing the manifestation of God. We're able to hear the things He's been telling us way before we started on our fast. We're starting to see some revelation. We're receiving wisdom and revelation knowledge of things that God will do. He's positioning us for greater things. I cannot tell you, and I won't go through a whole list, but the people who are now starting to reach out to News in Motion is blowing my mind, and I'm really excited about several possibilities of things that we're going to do. We're just kind of moving in silence to see which doors God wants us to go through. But with that, we have to be reminded there's always somebody waiting. And the moment that we hit that stage, or the moment that we get to the next place, that's when people are revealed. There's something that happened with me over the weekend, and I'm so excited about it. But I was sharing with my husband, I said, I can't even really talk about it because I want to make sure that I can freely have the conversation without any backlash or any haters. And my husband said something very interesting to me. He said, haters are going to hate, which he don't even talk that way, but that's what he said. He goes, haters are going to hate. You have to determine if you have the thick skin to be able to deal with the haters that may come your way. He said, but guess what, Gail? You earned it. You deserved it. You're doing what you're doing. You researched it. You took everything apart and put everything back together. He said, so be excited about what it is God is doing that you're doing alongside God in this season. And I said, yeah. But when Denzel said these words yesterday, and that they're now out there, we were able to get a clip, and Will Smith said them as well during his acceptance speech of his Best Actor award. And that is, y'all, remember, please remember, at your highest moment, the devil, he's waiting for us. I shared with you all before, you can hear a message, you can hear a sermon, you can get excited. I have preached sermons and I have been able to feel that thing. And I tell you, the moment I get to my car, it's like all heck breaks loose. And it's like, where'd that come from? It's like the devil's like, I just want to see if you really believe what you just said. I just want to see if you really had your shout, that authentic shout or not. And y'all, we have to just be prepared for what's going to come. Every day is not going to be a good day. Every day is not going to be a good day. Every day is not going to be a good day. But we have choices to make. We can allow someone to rip from us and get us or provoke us to do something that everybody else is talking about, or we can find a way to just chill. We got to get out of the mindset that we have to prove ourselves or to explain. I had a real good friend of mine say to me on Friday, I want you to stop explaining what it is you're doing and how you got there. She goes, just stop it. No explanation needed. And y'all, I share that with all of you because her words to me were so profound. It was as if it was breaking the shackles, killing the cement, sinking the cement from around me. And there was a place of freedom. So y'all know I'm very transparent, so I have no problem sharing this with you all, because I believe when God gives me revelation knowledge, I believe as a reporter, as a journalist, as someone who's giving you inspirational message, that's my responsibility to share with you. Because if I'm dealing with it, there's at least one other person who's going to hear this video. They're dealing with it as well. And I want to say to you, my brother or my sister, be free. Stop giving the explanation. No one needs it. If God allowed it to happen for you, if you're in it, He's allowed it to happen for you. He's given you that open door. He's given you the resources and the tools to do whatever it is you need to do. And here's the truth, people. Sometimes we mess up. We do. And just like we need to offer forgiveness to other people, prayerfully, people will forgive us of our mistakes as well. Yeah, y'all, new season. It's a new level. And it's time for us to really step out with confidence and boldness and do all that God is speaking to us. All of it. All of it, y'all. It's a new season. Yes, what's that song? A fresh anointing coming our way. It's a season of power and prosperity. It's a new season. Yes, and it's not just for one person. So here's something that's in the 40 Days of Decrease book that the Cho mentioned on yesterday. She said fast from comparison. Ouch. Yeah, y'all can't get off of it. I'm not going to apologize because Jeffrey Allen James told me stop apologizing when God is speaking. Y'all, listen, we have to fast from comparison. Stop trying to compare yourself with someone else. And y'all, even if you did not do the book over the 40 days during Lent, get the book anyway and just take 40 days and go through it. She doesn't talk about fasting food. She talks about fasting the things that we do. And she says, stop comparing. She goes, take the next 24 hours and don't size yourself up with somebody else. Do you know your walk is never going to look like the walk of somebody else? It's not going to look that way. Your walk is unique. Psalm 139, you are uniquely made. No one else is thinking like you think. No one else is speaking like you speak. No one else is moving like you move. You may have similarities in a business. You may have similarities in products. You may have similarities in some things that you're about to release. It's okay. There's not a new idea that's out there. They just keep recycling themselves. The worst thing you can do is to compare yourself with someone else. I heard this said once before, and I'll say it here today. Comparison is the thief of joy. If you want your joy stolen, compare. But if you want to live in joy and rejoice, stop comparing. And here's the other truth I want to say. What you see on social media, come on now. Come on now. It's not like that. It's not like that. We just found another outlet to promote something and to get people to believe and to see something that's not necessarily the truth. You don't see the pain, the sweat, the tears, the agony that's happening on the other side. You don't see the anxiousness. You don't see the fear. You don't see the intimidation. You're not sitting here processing what everyone may be saying, thinking, or doing. All you see is what they put out there, what they post, what they speak, what they share. It's not always easy on the inside, y'all. It's not. Here's something I'm gonna say, and then hopefully I'll get out of here. But God is speaking. I want to just keep sharing. I don't want to ever cut off God. And that is this. When you take a step of faith, if it is easy, you have to ask yourself if it was God. But when you take that step of faith, when you're walking out and you're risking it all, this is an opportunity for you to fall back into the arm of Jesus and let him carry you, or for you to do it in your own strength and fail. But even if you fail, even if you've made the mistake to do it in your own strength, to think that you can accomplish it by yourself without Jesus, and you fail, you have a responsibility. If you say and call the name of Jesus, you have a responsibility to represent him well as a child of the Most High God. And that is to get up and brush yourself off and to say at some point in time publicly, especially if you fail publicly, you know what, y'all, I did this thing wrong. But now that I've had some time to rethink it, to re-strategize, and to get into my closet with God, I'm able to come out. And hear me, when you come out bigger and better and higher and in the right frame of mind. Seriously. All right, y'all, that's all I have for today. This has been your News in Motion. I am your host, Gail Dudley. Again, all Patreon members, if you don't know you want to go forward with the new brand, today is the day to go in and delete it. Delete it. If you don't delete it, don't come at us later and say that you didn't want to be charged. I'm going to say, well, thank you for your donation. All right, y'all, I'm out.